Do you have the dreaded death wobble on your Ford Super Duty truck? If so, stick around so I can show you how to permanently fix this issue. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mason and I'm a Senior Master Tech with Ford. I work here at the Ford dealership, so that means hit the subscribe button or I will void your warranty. So death wobble, what is it? Well, death wobble in more technical terms is unwanted steering wheel oscillation. Damn, don't I sound smart? So what you'll notice if you are experiencing death wobble is when you hit a bump, your steering wheel will violently shake back and forth, sometimes almost even putting you in the ditch. This is a problem that almost all monobeam front suspension vehicles have ran into. This is why we have, as smart human beings, have invented something called a steering dampener. This is better known as a steering shock. This works to dampen the steering wheel oscillation whenever you hit those big old Mississippi potholes. I really wish you people over there would fix your roads. But seriously, no joke. State of Mississippi, please pave your roads. Your roads suck. So you ask yourself, your Ford Super Duty truck already has a steering dampener on it, so why are you experiencing death wobble? Well, besides the 44-inch Super Swampers that you decided to put on your truck because you just like to holler yeet yeet as you go by people in your jacked up Super Duty, Ford steering dampeners suck. Yes, I said it. I'm sorry, Ford. I hate to break it to you, but they suck. They just don't work very well. They actually suck so bad that there is an extended warranty recall out on the 17 to 19 Ford Super Duty F-250 and F-350, maybe even the 450 trucks. This recall 20N04 is out to extend the warranty coverage out for that stock steering dampener to have it replaced if you are experiencing that death wobble. You may be surprised to learn though that it is not just the affected years of that recall that have this issue. I've ran into this issue with several different year models of the Super Duty trucks, and there's plenty of other vehicles on the road that have monobeam front suspension, and any vehicle with monobeam, I can't even speak, can't say that. Why is that word so hard for me to say? Monobeam front suspension is known to have this issue, and I know that applies for sure to the Super Duty trucks all the way back to the old 7.3 days. They were all monobeam front suspension, and if that steering dampener goes out, you will experience some form of a steering wheel oscillation, or what we call death wobble. So what should you do to permanently fix this issue? Should you replace that steering dampener with the same stock steering dampener? I think not. What I'm gonna show you guys today is what we do to permanently fix this issue, and that is installing a dual steering stabilizer dampener shock, fix the death wobble. That was a lot of words I said. Really, it's just a dual steering stabilizer made by a company called Superlift. Now, yes, there are a lot of companies out there that make dual steering stabilizers. This is the brand that we use here at the dealer where I work. We install them almost every single day, and we do not have these trucks coming back with death wobble. This permanently fixed the issues. So I'm not saying those other brands won't work, but Superlift makes a super good and easy to install dual steering stabilizer for these trucks. So this dual steering stabilizer made by Superlift retails for about $370, or that's about the average price that I found them at online. I will list some part numbers and hopefully maybe even some links to these steering stabilizers down in the description for the different year models of Ford vehicles, and maybe even a few others for you other non-Ford people. I don't know why you're watching my videos and they're about a Ford, but if you were watching, you got a Dodge or some other off-brand that's not quite as good as a F-250, I'll try to list some of them up down there, so go check that out if you're interested in purchasing one of these dual steering stabilizers. This steering dampener is fairly easy to install, and it's something that I think majority of you that have a little bit of common sense could do this at home in your driveway in just a few minutes with some basic hand tools. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do my very best to explain in detail how you install this dual steering stabilizer. Okay, so one other mention that I have, this is my last point in this video. What I want to tell you is do not remove your stock steering dampener when you install this dual steering stabilizer. It does not mount in the same place. You can put the dual steering stabilizer on and still leave your stock dampener. So now instead of having the dual that has two, if you didn't know what dual meant, it means two. So you have two big steering shocks. Not only do you have two, but you still have the stock dampener there, also helping out with this dreaded death wobble. All right, so first off, we're gonna start by unboxing everything, going through and just making sure we have all the right pieces to install this dual stabilizer kit. This kit's made by Superlift. If you want to go check it out, it'll be down in the description below. We're going to have several nuts, several U-bolts for this. Should have 2 shocks, a couple mounting brackets, and some bushings for our shocks. So just go through and make sure everything's there. First, we're going to start off by pulling the ID tag off the left side because we're going to have to use these bolt holes. I always move this ID tag to the opposite side. That way you can still read it and ID it, because we are going to have a bracket covering that up here if we left it. So we're going to move it over to the other side, and then we're going to install our center bracket. This is going to be using the same 2 bolts we pulled out of the front diff. I always use those 2 instead of the ones they send. Now we're going to go ahead and stick the U-bolt through the hole. I'll bolt that up, and this thing will be completely mounted on the center bracket. All right, next we're going to install our outer brackets. These are going to be using 2 U-bolts, and for the nut sent, don't worry about getting it super close at this moment. I'm just going to snug it up and try to get somewhat close to the 19.5 inches we have to have from center hole to center hole on these 2 brackets. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Remember, we are not tightening completely. We're just snugging up where they'll stay in place so we can stick our shocks up. All right, now we're over to our bench vise. We're going to install these bushings. I always use the vise. You could use a hammer if you wanted to, but a vise has just been the easiest thing I could find. Maybe using a little bit of grease to help them slide together. We're just going to press them in. We're going to repeat that same process for the other shock. Now we're going to go ahead and stick it on the center bracket. We're going to use our 4th and final bracket here on the bottom. This is going to cover up the gap in between these 2 where it looks real nice and neat afterwards. You kind of see how that bracket goes there. Next, we're going to go ahead and install them to our outer brackets. We are going to go ahead and fully tighten all of these bolts and nuts as soon as we get this somewhat level here. You can sometimes use like maybe a smaller, like a 3 or 4 foot level, and stick it up there, and it'll help you kind of keep the shock level. Or you can do as I'm doing here and just kind of eyeball it. They don't have to be perfect, but you want to get them as flat and level with that front tie rod in as you can. All right, so now we're coming back behind. This is going to be our final measurement for tightening up these outer brackets, because they can slide with those U-bolts. We're going, remember, 19.5 inches from center hole to center hole on our bolts where they go in. Does not have to be 110% 19.5 down to the millimeter, but we want to be pretty close because we don't want one shock being sticking out further than the other. It'd look not professional. We want to look professional. Sometimes tapping it with a hammer a little bit, you can keep them snug and you don't have to completely loosen them up. That'll kind of help you. Geez, you look like a dork. Yep, so last and final step, we got to put the Superlift badge on there. Got to sport that that really nice looking sticker they send with these Bilstein shocks. We're gonna get that put on there, and we are completely through. No more death wobble for this F-350. Look at that. Nice. Very nice. I'll show you a little bit here of what we're actually installing that on. This is a monster truck. We got some 24-inch forces and some really big tires. So this thing did not drive very well before installing this kit, but it is a lot better afterwards.
All right, guys, that is everything that you need to know about Ford's death wobble issues. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button for me. That really helps me out. Let me know down in the comments some of your experiences with death wobble. Let me know how many vehicles you wrecked because your F-250 threw you in the ditch going down the road when you hit a pebble this big around. Or if you just think I'm a complete idiot, you think I'm absolutely retarded and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know how you made it to the end of the video if that's the case, but if you did, let me know down in the comments exactly why I'm so dumb. I would love to hear from some of you guys. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.